Welcome shakers and groovers. I just wanted to touch base on a couple of things that I've noticed with some friends of mine, and so I thought it might be a good time just to bring it up, and without mentioning names or circumstances or anything, that makes it easy. Imagine you have a pot of water, half full of water. The lid is sealed, and the more you boil that water, and that pressure builds up, and that pressure builds up, and that pressure builds up, and that pressure builds up. Do you think that has to go somewhere, and then there's a consequence? So for the action, there's a reaction. Do you think that might potentially explode one day? It could be boiling very softly, and over time, and over time, and over time, and then eventually it's just going to explode, and everything's going to come out. So I liken that to us not living who we really are, and not being the most authentic versions of who we are. And so each time that you deny yourself, each time you deny part of who you are, that lid starts to create pressure. Now, the only way for that lid to actually release is for you to be the authentic, true version of yourself. And does that take courage? Hell yes. Hell yes. You know, we are conditioned from birth to act and be a certain way by our parents, and our parents want the best for us, absolutely. And if that, as you grow, goes against the intrinsic or the internal grain of who you believe that you are, then there's friction there. And that friction then turns into and manifests into a whole range of issues down the track. And hence why I really believe it's important that we encourage our young people to explore themselves fully, so they don't get to the age of 30, 40, 50 and they explode because they haven't been able to explore and really truly be who they choose to be. Now, that's not to say that, you know, when they're young we're going to try stuff and do stuff and go, no, I've done that. No, you know, that's cool. That's about expression, and that's about learning your boundaries and learning who you are. I'm talking about if you're now 35 to 45 and things are starting to bubble a little too much for you, then now is the time. Now is the time to make a change. Just one. Now, is that courageous? Yeah. Incredibly, incredibly courageous. Will you lose potentially people along the way? Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I you know, we've all been through change, and sometimes friendships come and go, and family, and they come and go, and that's an easy passive thing that happens. And sometimes when you make choices in your life, it's a little bit more aggressive because they know you as a version of who you are, and that's a version. You've now decided that you're not that version anymore, and you want and choose to be something grander, higher, and you're honouring the true nature of yourself. And people fear that, because people fear that if you're doing it, then you're expecting them to do it because you're still friends or family. That's only potentially one reason, but that's one reason we're going to stick with for the moment. So that type of a change is absolutely transformational, and it's a journey. It's not a let's do it, that's it, that's done. It's a whole new journey. So it's important to have support structures around that, because you're gonna want to change and then you're not. Then you're gonna want to change and you're not. Then you're gonna want to change and you're not. And it's a slow, progressive journey. Just as you are in the state that you're in right now, and that took a time and that took a journey, so will this. So if what I just talked about is really tapping at you and really hitting a bit of a nerve, perfect. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. So I know this is a really long video, and if you're still with me right here and now, then I'm pretty sure that you need to be here. So most people at this point of the video would have dropped like 5 minutes. It's gone. I've gone. No, it doesn't matter. I've moved on, and that's okay. So I'm talking to you personally right here, right now. If you're here listening to this, then you're ready for change. You might not be consciously ready for change. Your subconscious is screaming at you, it's time to change. Now, whether that means you make contact with me or someone like me, or it means that you simply take yourself away for an hour a day and simply sit quietly and evaluate what's going on in your life, and write down the top 5 things in your life that are actually really important, and maybe the top 5 things that you haven't been doing that you miss. Or maybe it's that you're actually not being the most authentic, true version of yourself, and your life is now spiraling and you can't control it. You may have health issues that are now affecting who you are because you're not being authentic with yourself. And hey, I can't answer that. You can. Only you can. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm saying no more, except everyone goes through change. What you resist persists. So again, if you're here and you're ready, or you're ready to explore what the potential could be for you, then send me an email, nourishmovebreathe@gmail.com, or whatever platform you're viewing this on. There will be a message service. Message me. Or alternatively, look up health coach. Look up transformation coach. Do a Google search and see what comes up, and see who and what resonates for you, because it's simply you. This is your journey. This isn't my journey. This is your journey, and I'm only too happy to help you along that, and so many other people in the world are too. You need to find the right person for you when it's ready. And if you're here 7 minutes in, it's ready. Okay, I'm off. Smile, nod, embrace life, and start being a little gentler on yourself, and embrace who you are.